Hello there and welcome back to the channel. So, hoping for a little less wind noise this time. I was gutted when I was editing the last video up at Whiteadder Reservoir because it was such a lovely day, but you know, these things happen, don't they, so you live and learn. So I've made some changes to my equipment and I'm set up for another wild camp. So I've just arrived, got a beautiful spot. I'm hoping not to get moved on because it's really close to a road, but I think I'm pretty well hidden. Anyway, so what I'll do is I will get back to you shortly and I will show you my camp all set up. Thanks very much. Okay, so here's the camp all set up. Like I say, you can see just behind that hedgerow, that is the road. You probably see this car go past now. But nobody seems to have noticed yet. I've got a tarp to throw over my bike. I'm just waiting for the engine to cool down and we should all be good. There is the Banshee 200, excellent tent, a little chair, Trekology, Amazon special. And what I've got today is, if I can show you, is this. So this strip's marinade is lamb. It's marinated in olive oil. There are mint leaves you can see in there. Pulled them off my own little mint plant in the back garden. They've been marinating all day with a splash of black pepper and just a smidgen of salt, not too much. You can see there. And I've remembered a plate this time. Yay me! So I can hear another tractor in the background. I think it is sort of quite busy here. I think it's mainly due to the time of the day, if I'm honest. It's sort of what, 25 to 5-ish, something like that. Camp set up, set the stove up ready. It's a bit early for tea yet. And it's quite warm as well. It's quite muggy. Oh, I must admit, I prefer sort of coastal wild camps, or I prefer camping next to water. But after the wind coming off the reservoir on my last video, I just thought, you know what, let's just do one in the woods, you know, a bit further inland, because where I was, it is actually reasonably close to the coast. So you get a good breeze coming up through the glens type thing. But it's just a lovely day. Really nice ride up here, dead laid back. I left with plenty of time because I hadn't picked a spot on this one. I usually have a dedicated spot, but with this one I just thought I'm going to come to a general area, have a ride round. So I left a bit earlier to give myself plenty of time, because you never know. I always have the backup ones, you know, ones where I've stayed before just in case, but that's not the point. You don't want to keep going back to the same spots, you know. So anyway, got here, camp set up, I'm all pretty much good to go. The only job I've got to do really is put the tarp over the bike. I just want to, I don't know, just sort of where it is. The chair keeps sinking in. It's quite mossy here. I've scraped away the moss where my stove's going to be. But the engine on my motorbike, it's a Suzuki Bandit 1200. So it's air and oh, that's good. It's air and oil cooled, so it takes a while to cool down. And I don't want to put a tarp over it and it melt to the engine or something. You know, I'm going to try and have a wild camp this time without losing any blood. That would be nice. First time for everything. But right now, I think it's time to enjoy a Whitstapple Bay. I think Whitstapple, whatever. IPA. And just enjoy this scenery. I don't think this classifies as a woods. I think it's more of a coppice, just because of the size of it. But it's a really nice place. And I've got a mobile phone signal here. Jesus. I hope that weren't the Russians invading. Just set the camp up. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to sit, I'm going to have a chill for a bit. And I'll get back to you when I'm ready to do some cooking. Alright, peace out. Peace out. Wow, what a nerd. I'm such a dad at a wedding, aren't I? Do you know what I mean? Shouldn't ever try to be cool, because I'm just not. Never have been, never will be. I'm having a beer. Oh. Can't even chug a beer cool. Oh yeah, right, so I've got hungry, grabbed another beer, so doing my usual trick of only having a drink when I come wild camping and drinking on a pretty much empty stomach. It's time to get the food on. So, oh, that is nice, you know, it's quite smooth. So, fire's on, it'll take a minute to sort of get going. I use the age-old technique of lighter. It's just easier, innit, you know what I mean? And again, I've bought, well, I'm in a wood, so there is plenty of wood around, but I always bring with me some bits of wood, just in case, because if you end up sort of, you know, staying in a glen or, you know, a lock or something like that where there's no woods or anything like that, then you don't want to be without fire, because I don't have like a gas stove or anything. I keep debating whether to get one or not, but I don't know. I prefer cooking on fire. It's just a bit of a thing for me when I come wild camping. I prefer to cook on fire, you know. But I don't know, I might get one. Sort of learn how to use it. Is that straight? I feel like I'm a bit wonky. That's better, I think. Is it? Yeah, well. So, fire's going. There is obviously plenty of wood around. Although the ground does seem quite damp, but we have had some torrential thunderstorms lately. And it's just, it is what it is, isn't it? But between what I can scavenge off the ground and what's here, I'm sure I'll be able to get cooking. So what I've got, like I say, is I've got my lamb steaks. I put the started the marinade this morning. I'm hoping they'll be alright. So wasn't sure how much mint to put in. Kind of think if you put too much in, it just overpowers the lamb. But then mint goes really well with lamb. Like I say, it's just mint, olive oil, sort of like half a teaspoon of black pepper, and just a pinch of salt. Always be careful how much salt you put in. It just really overpowers meats easily, I think. Oh. Right, so somebody has been good enough. I just don't want to drop my beer, hang on. To leave me this. How handy is that? Literally found it when I rolled in. So what it means is that I can just split wood so much easier. I didn't bring any of those hardwood logs with me because my little hatchet is just no match for them. And I've got a big axe, but it really is a big axe. From in the last house I lived in, I had a wood burner. So I'll split it like big logs. It's just too big to put on the bike. And I fancy one of those, is it Grand Force Brooks or something like that? One of those, but you know, I just don't want to spend the money on it yet, to be honest with you. And to be fair, there's only so much effort I want to put into this. And between a knife and a little hatchet, excuse me, I can get a fire going pretty easily, you know. And this stove, my little stove thing, it's just brilliant. So what I'm going to do, I'm a little bit worried about how close the camera is to the fire, so I'm just going to move you after a swig. Hello again. So, let's move you and show you the fire. You see there, again, it's raised, it's off the ground. You know, I've moved the moss out of the way, then I'll be able to put it back tomorrow and leave no trace. So it's pretty damn hot with that fire on, but it's nice. It's drying out the air around me because it is close. I don't mind a dry heat. I can't stand humidity. You're just sitting there sweating, sitting still. That just sucks, doesn't it? You know. But anyway, once again I feel like you're on a slant. But anyway, so food. Okay, so I'll show you the meat. After last time's debacle, I brought some tortilla wraps. So I've got them for my tea and for breakfast as well. I've got some bacon for in the morning, which should be nice. Oh, should all be good. And that can basically double up as a, you know, the plastic in it can double up as a bit of a tray. Just, well, I can tell there's not going to be, ooh, the wind noise issue that there was last time. Oh, I was gutted, you know, absolutely gutted. And I was editing the video, I was just like, there was just nothing I could do. I tried, you know, playing around with the sound levels and stuff like that, but it is what it is, isn't it? When you're learning, you learn. So, you know, like I say, sort of changed my equipment a bit, and we'll just have to take it from there, won't we? But anyway, cheers. Apparently this is old seaside charm with a modern bohemian vibe. I don't really know what that means, to be fair. What I can tell you though is that it's only 4% and I'm feeling tuned in already. And that is one of those drinks where you can just keep drinking it. You know what I mean? Very, very Moorish. Well, let's see how this goes. Well, that went well. There we go. Just swore. I will have to delete that out. much done there. Oh, that's hot. Yes. Just pink, just on the inside. That's how lamb should be. I can get that. That's done that. That's bang on. So, ooh, right. Got to slice it now. A rudimentary fork. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Look at that. That is well cooked. So much better than last week's pita bread effort. Or last time, sorry. All out. Well, that was good food. Really good food. I've got another one to eat as well. So I bought two. Like after last time, I only brought one steak with me. I was like, thing with good food, innit? You just want to eat more and more and more, don't you? Oh, God, I love this. My God, sound like the Apache helicopter. Flies that. It might get blown up or something. Brought with me as well. Thought I'd show you this. I bought these. They're made from compressed coffee grounds. Back in the day, I had a coffee shop. I had my own business, and you could sell the coffee grounds for all sorts, like putting in people's gardens. You know, people put it in the gardens and stuff like that. But they're compressing them now into fuel, and they're supposed to burn longer and hotter than normal wood. Smelled really potent of coffee, so God knows what it's going to smell like on the fire. But I thought, they're on special offer. I thought I'd give them a whirl. So I'll let you know how they do later. Oh. It's a lovely evening tonight. It's very still. Must admit it's a bit warm with the fire, but you need a fire when you go camping. It's doing that thing as well, that no matter where I sit, the smoke follows me. So, but I'm getting hungry again. So I thought it's time for second lamb steak. Now, God, that smells good. Just draining the oil off as it catches. Oh, nuts. There we go. I really need to get some tongs, don't I? Tongs would make this a lot easier. Nope. See this properly. There you go. Yeah, that'll just fit right in the wrap. No need to slice it. On the way up here, I stopped at a shop just to get a brew, and they had they had beer on special offer. I'm such a sucker for a special offer. So with this one, we are going to enjoy a Joker IPA. I've had one of these already. It's quite nice, but you know when you can taste the alcohol in it, it's okay. I understand why it was special offer, that's what I'll say. One of these days I will have this with a salad, but not today. Well, I'm going to eat this and have a beer and probably get back to you. Well, I've decided I want a brew and a couple of beers. I'm on the Nescafe Toffee Nut. I think I've got a couple of mochas with me as well. So I've just put the just put it on. Just what a lovely evening. There's been like a slight breeze every now and again coming through the coppice. It's just lovely. It's so nice. Yeah, I don't understand why people don't do this, you know. But then, each to their own, I suppose. Oh, there's loads of wood here for burning. You know, it's just what a lovely night. It's what 25 to 9ish now. Traffic's really calmed down on the road. It's just so peaceful. There we go. Happy days. Cheers. Swear to God, that's like the first car in about an hour. Unless I just haven't noticed them. There is that possibility. Oh, that is nice. This has been a peaceful night. It's only when I switch the camera on, cars go one way, tractors go another. I'm wondering where all the tractors are coming from, because they seem to be going in one direction. It must be like a convention, or, you know, they found gold or something. Another one here now. No. Swear to God. East Lothian, tractors are like buses. Apparently this is where Scotland's flag originated from. I think I'm about 25 miles, 30 miles southeast of Edinburgh. That is like, there's literally been more vehicles passed in the last 2 minutes than there have been in the last hour, honestly. It don't matter. Oh. That was interesting. So a guy's just pulled up in the car, stopped, what's your name, blah blah blah. Short kind of guy, bit uppity, you know. What's your name, blah blah blah. Told him my name. Where you from? Told him where I was from. What's your name, mate? I'm not telling you, blah 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 blah. Right, okay. You better put that fire out. And I said, oh, don't worry, I'll put it out before I go to bed. It's in the stove, it's off the ground, I've moved the moss out of the way, you know. Anyway, so he said, well, I'll phone the police if you want. And I said, well, that's up to you, you know, you can do. And then he's jumped in his car. Apparently it's from the next farm down. And apparently they've had issues with fires previously. He noticed that I've got some beers and he's like, well, look, if you fall asleep drunk with that fire on, there's going to be a problem. And I said, look, it'll be out before I go to bed. I've got some water there just in case, you know. And then he just ran off and said, I'm going to phone the police, I'm going to phone the police, and ran off. And I was like, right, okay, that's up to you. Really, really weird people around, isn't there? I mean, when you come up to somebody and you're giving it that, and you're 5'6", it's like, do you know what I mean, mate? Just be friendly, be polite. It's not You know, I asked him what his name, I'm not telling you. Right, alright. Okay. Well, that's up to you. So the police might be coming. I better put that away. I don't want them to think that I'm, you know. It's in its safety carry. And I've put it away. His actual words were, I'm going to phone the police and tell them there's a fire here. Isn't that something you phone the fire brigade about? Anyway, such is life, isn't it? Enjoying peace and quiet. And then people come. Apparently the whole place will go up. And I do appreciate, in all honesty, you know, you do have to be careful when you're in the woods. But my fire's contained. It's in a metal stove. And it's not the first time I've done this. He swore as well. It just annoys me. Like that lack of just basic manners. Hi, I'm James. What's your name? I'm not telling you. Ah, okay. And just the way that he conducted himself. And to be fair, it got to a point where he could tell that he'd annoyed me. And I went to stand up and he just ran away. I get it. You know, country folk, they've got a certain way of life, haven't they? And it's a hard way of life. And they are absolutely key workers, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? They produce our food and absolute basics of life. Food, water, shelter. Well, it'll be interesting when the police turn up. I mean, I've had a few drinks, I can't ride my bike anywhere. Anywho, I'll check back in. Well, it's, oh my God, 25 to 11. This is like the latest I've been up on a wild camp. Well, on the plus side, the police haven't turned up, which is always nice. I mean, I haven't got a problem with the police. Like, I mean, they're just sound people, aren't they, that do the worst job that we possibly have in society. God bless them. Seriously, I've like nothing but respect for them, to be fair. Probably not going to bother making breakfast in the morning, because I reckon he'll be here in the morning. So it's just, you know what, I'm just going to get up, pack my stuff up, head out, and that's that. So, happy days, really. Really nice night. It was so funny when he were giving it large. And it's like, I don't know what change. I don't know whether he spotted the camera or he saw the change in my face when he was just being nothing but rude. But he was off like a whippet with a bum full of dynamite. He really was. I don't know what his issue was. His wife was, I think, well, I'm assuming it was his wife. She got out of the car as well and sort of stood at the car watching. I don't know. So, but it's not as queer as folk, is there? Some really weird people about. I will show you my leave no trace picture before I leave, and that should be that. So, happy days. All right, see you in the morning. Night though. Oh, yeah. Good night's sleep coming. See you in the morning. Bye. Okay, so the police have turned up. Well, Dab's really, really nice guy. Really nice guy. Turned up, checked my bike out, you know, asked me my name, that sort of thing. Fella called Officer Duncan. Really, really nice guy. You know, just like, look, we've had a phone call about the fire. We can see it's out. You're right, you know, right to access, not a problem. Just sort of, you know, ask me my full name and my date of birth. Didn't even have to get out of the tent. But just, you know, a really, really nice police officer. Just, oh my God. Stuff like this could only happen to me. Absolutely brilliant. But just a really, really nice police officer. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Fair play to those guys. Fair play. I couldn't tell you what he looked like. He had like a torch on his. I don't know what it was on. It was like, he had like some device on his chest. Um, and God, it were bright. It was like a mobile phone torch. Do you know what I mean? Couldn't tell you what he looked like, but just a really nice professional police officer. So, Officer Duncan, hats off to you, sir. You have a good day. You stay safe. And just remember that these people that come up to Scotland from England and leave all the rubbish behind, we're not all like that. I appreciate you saying that, mate. Fair play to you. Good morning. I think after last night's visitors, I'm not going to bother making a fire this morning. Oh, which is a shame because I really want the brew, but doesn't matter. It's awesome waking up in a small woods. I'd say the forest, it's just not big enough to be a forest, but really is absolutely beautiful in the mornings. So tranquil. Well, I'm trying to make my mind up what to do. I really want the brew, but I just can't be bothered with Farmer Giles coming back complaining. So, I think, what time is it? It's like 6:15 in the morning. So I think I'm going to get packed up. I think I'm going to head out. Hopefully stop somewhere for a brew, maybe a bacon sarnie. Still can't quite get over last night, that guy. Just turning up and being quite obnoxious really in his attitude, you know. Like effing and jeffing and stuff like that, and it's just like, why? Just be polite with people. I mean, I get it, he's, you know, there's not as queer as folk, is there? Do you know what I mean? There's really not. But then to then phone the police, it's, you know, it's like on somebody who's lawfully minding their own business, harming nothing and nobody. What a waste of resources. I mean, the police, they're probably right up there with the NHS for most underfunded institutions in the UK. And these two police officers have had to drive out into the sticks. I wonder where they've drove from. I bet it won't surprise me if they've had to come all the way from somewhere like Edinburgh or somewhere like that. Not like 15, 20 miles just to turn up and go, oh yeah, you're minding your own business and not breaking any laws. I mean, yeah, you know, might be a nice change for them on the Saturday night rather than dealing with drunks and whatnot. But, you know, it's just funny, isn't it? Oh, I mean, I do kind of understand some of the trepidation of the people out in the country. I mean, there's always photos and reports, isn't there, of basically city folk going out into the countryside and trashing wherever they stay. And I get it, and most people, they don't bother to learn how to manage a fire properly. You know, they just put it on the ground even though it's a, you know, pine forest. with the roots and all that lot. You know, I get it. But then when you see somebody who is doing it properly and you phone the police on them, it's just weird, isn't it? There are some strange people around. But it didn't stop the night. It's kind of kibosh the breakfast. I really would murder a brew. But seeing as I'm in Scotland, I decided to go for Iron Brew. Well, that and it was cheaper than the Coke as well, you know. So yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy the forest for a little longer. Just the morning sounds in the forest are brilliant, aren't they? It's just waking up to tranquility. And yeah, I'll do that. And then I'll get packed up, make sure everything's squared away, leave no trace, and head off. Go find somewhere for a brew. Not too far from, like I say, I'm not too far from Edinburgh here, I don't think. There'll be a McDonald's there, won't there? Wonder if you can go inside it. Be hard work through a drive-through on a motorbike. They just don't have cup holders. But anyway, some first world problems, aren't it? But just what I really wish I had that guy on camera last night because he was funny. He really was. Just like such a, you know, little big man type. And it's just like, I think to be fair, I think it was when he spotted the camera. I think because the camera was actually pointing towards him, but it wasn't switched on, and it was a little bit dark by the time he got here. I think that's how he spotted the fire, you know. But he didn't spot it. I think as soon as he saw it, he realised he was being filmed. Oh well, he thought he was being filmed, but actually he wasn't. It's, he changed his attitude. I tell you that. He just basically shot off. Right, I'm following the police, and shot off. I'm like, okay, mate, crack on. Brilliant. Stuff like that. It's just, you know. On the plus side, touch wood. Okay, so far, I haven't cut myself. I haven't bled once on this wild trip. So this wild camping trip. So that personal victory there. First time ever. I haven't cut myself. So that's good. I'm obviously learning. But yeah. Well, just hats off to the police officers who turned up as well. I mean, the guy who came over talking to me, the one who sort of stayed back checking my bike out and that, he was quite harsh, but you could hear it in his tone. You know, he's quite a harsh bloke. The guy who came over talking, just what a nice guy. Just really professionally nice officer of the British police. Just, you know, really nice guy. Just explained what it was. Said, look, what's your name? What's your date of birth? You know, check the reg out on my bike. Make sure there's no like outstanding warrants. You know, basically I'm not on the lam. And just wish me a good evening. Now we had a bit of a chat, you know, about work and whatnot and why I come out wild camping, and you know, it's just it's, I do wonder whether they've gone to have a word with him because the little farmer Giles, when like he was asking me where I was from and all that lot, I just said, well, where are you from? And he pointed in that direction, and I'm pretty sure the police van came from that direction, but I think they drove off that way. So I don't know whether maybe they've gone to have a word with him or something. Which that would be funny. That would really, I reckon that set him off. That. Do you know what I mean? Oh, brilliant. Well, I didn't get my jumper out. It's a little bit chilly this morning. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of light rain in the air. It's just got a little bit chillier all of a sudden. So I think there is some rain coming, which is another reason why I'm going to get packed up. But anyway, I'll talk to you in a bit. Well, I'm all packed up, ready to go. See the bike there, just behind me. Just got to put my camera gear away. It's a little bag that I just put it all in. You gotta love those trees, haven't you, with the ready-made coat hangers. So just for you to see, left absolutely no trace. So that's where my tent was. That's where my fire was. Doused it with plenty of water this morning. You know, the ground it was sat on. And we're all good. What an absolutely beautiful place. So, once again, thank you to the people of Scotland for your open access laws. They are absolutely brilliant. I wish they'd bring them in England. So, until next time, enjoy.